Hello everyone and welcome back to the AustinTalks podcast, where today we are going completely off topic from everything that we have been doing for the last couple of weeks. It was like football, and then it was some superhero type stuff, but today it's just a general question throughout the whole world, and if you can read by the title, this is something that kind of, because I was talking to my grandmother the other day, and she was saying to me about how my podcast is doing good and all that stuff. And then she gave me an idea, and it got me fascinated, and I looked into it, and she's not wrong. It is it does relate to the fact that a lot of things we really like but are no longer actually made. So we're just going to explore that today, and hopefully try and answer the question. I doubt that we will. Try and answer the question in why do manufacturers make something so good, sweet-wise, and then no longer make it. If you're new to the podcast and you really enjoy them, please leave a like and subscribe if you want more. And hope you enjoy. Due to my age, I have not really been able to try some really good sweets, but I have a list here, and you comment down below if you have tried any of these by any chance. So the first on our list is Mars Delight. Now, bear in mind, I'm not just going to say the name. I am going to say what they are, and because on the internet, what's so annoying is they don't even have when they were there, when they were yada yada yada. It's really kind of annoying because then you don't really know much about them. It was a white chocolate Mars bar. So instead of the milk chocolate that you usually have over a Mars bar, it was white chocolate, which if I was there, I would have definitely had it, because it is something, I like white chocolate. I was into white chocolate for quite a bit, and hopefully, I don't see, there's some manufacturers that actually bring things back. That's why I really, I'm hoping after hearing these, some of them come back, and just a disclaimer for now. I know from the time of recording this, the Batman film has released, or the time of this being uploaded, the Batman film has released, and I have seen it at, not at the point of recording, at the time of the uploading. I know for a fact that I've seen it, if that makes sense. And I will be doing, it's not a podcast, but a Batman review. It's not a podcast episode as such. It won't be episode, say 5 or 6. No, it won't be 6. It will be a off-topic one. It will be a Batman review. But I think it will still be the same as a podcast runtime, but it won't be my number 6. It'll be just an off-topic one. And also I do have a bit of a cold right now, so I don't feel too good. So if I sound a bit iffy during this podcast, don't worry. And also, because of the software that I use to record, there is a bit of a logo of what I record. So if anyone would like to use a good recording software, you may use that. And also, I did say I would change my banner and my icon. Didn't end up doing that, because of my editor has been making, and he's still struggling to try and he's still struggling to find one. But I did agree with the people that I work with, not because I'm obviously young, but the people I talk with about all this, they're saying it doesn't really exactly need to be changed. So I'll take a good think about it, but I don't think at this moment in time yet that I will change it. I just wanted to throw that out there. So let's carry on. So on number 2 on the list is Mars White Maltesers. Never did I think that Mars and Maltesers would actually be in the same sentence, because I know Maltesers became its own brand and Mars its own brand at a point. But I didn't know that white Maltesers, which, for those who don't know, Maltesers are like biscuit, so it's like chocolate on the outside, but in this case it's white chocolate, but with biscuit crumbs inside. It tastes really good. Yeah, and then Mars bar. I don't know what Mars had to do with it. I think Mars just took over that like white Maltesers thing. Yeah, I was not too sure about this one, but I would definitely try it. I mean, I like a lot of sweets. There's some here that I would not try. Then there's others that I would try. Next one is Quality Street Toffee Deluxe. Yes, this may come as a surprise to some people. Some people haven't realised they have removed the Toffee Deluxe Quality Street sweet out of the Quality Street collection that you would usually get at your store, or your grocery even. Yeah, it's actually quite surprising because I eat quite. Quality Street is a good chocolate thing, but I did not realise that they got rid of it. Probably because I don't eat a lot of toffee, so that's probably why. But I don't remember what colour it was. I think it was like brownish, brown, probably. But yeah, it's quite a surprise that I think Quality Street, they took that out because one, there was a bit too many flavours, and also it was a flavour that may not exactly have the best selling way than any other thing does, and then any other flavour does. So a Cadbury's Tiffin. Now Cadbury's is still today is still a very developed chocolate designer, as you could say, and Tiffin was like the picnic bar. For those who don't know, there's a picnic chocolate bar. It's like it's filled with nuts and hazelnut and fruits, like the raised and dried fruits, all covered in chocolate. But that's kind of what like a Tiffin was. Like a Cadbury's Tiffin was like a picnic bar. So, and some of these are remade. I think things like Mars Delight and Mars White Maltesers you may only get in not Quality Street, I know that, but these things you may still get in places like the UK. You may get like things like that, which is fortunate for people there, but I'm not too sure. I don't think they are, but yeah. Time Out. Now this, I remember seeing the wrapper. It was blue with red writing, I think. It's like the wafer biscuits we have today with chocolate, obviously. Yeah, Time Out bars were like a lot of what do you call them? Runners had them. A lot of runners had them because it would give them a lot of energy. Because you would have where the name comes from is like, oh, time out, I need a wafer. I need like a wafer, and then they would go back to what they were doing. And I thought that was actually quite a good name, and like how that worked. I thought that was quite clever as well. A clever marketing tactic, to be honest. Next is Snap. Now Snap came in many flavors, like mint. They came in caramel. They came in orange, all that kind of things. And it was Pringle shaped. It was like the Pringles we have today. They sounded like that. Well, it sounded. They looked like that. They were like chocolate biscuits almost. But that came in many flavors. It wasn't like a crisp. Crisp was like shaped chocolate, as you could say. Right, Toffo. Now this, I'm gonna be honest, this was gonna be the main thumbnail, but it's not on the thumbnail. But for those who don't know, Toffos, very what do you call them? Famous for no longer making them, and it's quite self-explanatory, really. It's chewy toffees. There's not much to say other than my family have all had toffos, and they say it's really good. Except my brother, of course, and like all my cousins. But everyone else, they've had them, and they say, oh yeah, they're really good. But obviously, I didn't get to try any. Oh, I'm tired. But I take my parents' word for it, that they were nice, even though they like mushrooms and I don't. That's quite unnecessary to say, but never mind. So Astros, these were Maltese, right? Astros were Malteser type sweets. They were like the exact same thing as Maltesers. They were kind of like a rip-off type thing. And they didn't do them anymore because Malteser did have something to do with them. Like, so these are identical. I think that's kind of like cheating. Yeah. And one thing to say about all of this is no one ever knows why these things go like that, do so well. Like, they make millions of dollars, but then they don't actually do anything. Then they just stop. Then they just stop making the money that they were. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, so I think they went out because Malteser was these are too similar. We need to get rid of one, and because Malteser had more money than Astro, because Astro was quite a small sweet company, they were like, right, well, let's just give all of our products to Malteser, and I think we may just join Malteser. We get more money. Texan. Now, Texan was a toffee chocolate bar with nugget inside. I've never tried nugget. Well, at least I don't know I have. But I've never understood what nugget is. For anyone that knows, please do tell me, because I searched on the internet. It really didn't tell me much about what a nugget was. And yeah, now apparently it's in quite a lot of chocolate. So it's quite weird, because Nugget is quite famous to be partnered up with things such as chocolate. Yeah, I may ask my parents, can you get me some Nugget, because I've never tried it. Yeah, okay. Right, milk tray bar. This may ring some bells for some people. Right, Cadbury's? Was it Cadbury's or was it someone else's? I think it was Cadbury's. But Cadbury's orange and lime almond. There was orange, lime, creme, and then there was a cream, orange cream, lime cream, almond cream. These were like fillings for chocolates, and we still get these things like today now. But just not this one, which apparently did so well for like what they actually were, which, to be fair, I mean, this doesn't just apply for this, it applies for everything. Like, they do so much, then they just let it go. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, if anyone that has any predictions on why this all happened, do leave your leave it in the comments, because I would love to hear what you think about it all too. Next one, Fuse hazelnut. Fuse, the bar, is a hazelnut cereal chocolate bar. So there's these chocolate bars sometimes that they have like some cereal in it. It's similar to the picnic bar. it's a picnic is not like a picnic, but why am I yawning so much? Probably because I have a very bad throat. That's probably why. But yeah, so Fuse is a cereal with hazelnut chocolate bar. It's quite a I like cereal in chocolate, and a lot of people don't. I mean, I don't have it from like day to day, like Cocoa Pops or like Kellogg's chocolate. Some people don't like having chocolate so much as a sugar rush in the morning. I mean, personally, I don't either, but if you have things, like, if you have small amounts of these things, then you probably could live off these as breakfast for a bit. Kit Kat Senses and Kit Kat Karamak. Kit Kat Senses with like a Breno type hazelnut. But so for people that don't know, there's these Bueno bars. A lot of people at school, any school really, have these in their lunchbox. So I'm surprised that they don't. But yeah, they're like Bueno type hazelnut bars with chocolate around them. And yeah, but Karamak is a mix between caramel, Kit Kat, and hazelnut. But I think the Karamak is just a rip-off. Well, the Biscoff type thing was a rip-off of Karamak. Yeah, we are going through this list pretty fast, but I do remember I do have another page to go to. Next one is Aztec. Yeah, 70s kids will definitely remember this one. It's a caramel it's a caramel nugget. Again, as I say, I've never tried nugget. So I wouldn't know what this actually tastes like, because I know some of them are like I know some of them are like what's the word? Similar. Why couldn't I come to that easily? Some of them are similar and like I just don't have a made up name. But yeah, it's a caramel and nugget type thing, and I imagine this had quite an impact on some people, because at a point, and still in America today, hazelnut, caramel, and nugget is quite a common flavor, as you could say. Next one is banjo. Right, I've never had it, but I know I wouldn't like it. I know that for a fact, because banjo, it contains coconut. I don't like coconut. I'll say it. I don't like coconut. Because when I go to my grandmother's house, she makes like these baked goods, and one of them is like Bounty balls, and I don't like them because it's just a bowl full of coconut wrapped with some chocolate, and I just don't like. Don't get me wrong, everything else she makes is lovely. It's heavenly. Not them, because I do not like them. There was this bar that I actually liked. But there was this bar that I actually liked. But I didn't, just because it had coconut, but it was more Rice Krispie type, but you could definitely taste a bit of coconut in it. But it wasn't too powerful, which was good. Yeah. Right. Whisper Mint. It's kind of self-explanatory. It's a Whisper mint flavoured. And I'm actually quite surprised with these next few, because we still have these today. We still have Whispers and we still have Crunchies. But we don't make flavours of them. Because I don't think manufacturers realise, if they had manufacturers make flavours of them, they would do so much better. Because they're making more money from the, they're making more money from like different flavors. I mean, look at what are they? Yeah, Kit Kat. They have so many flavors of Kit Kat now, and look at where their money's going, to just more flavors. Because I bet you, yeah, at the time, obviously this probably didn't do too well because people weren't too good with change, and still today that still applies, sadly. But like Crunchy, everyone, well, Whisper really, Whisper, everyone loves a good Whisper. Mint flavoured, just think of it as a mint arrow. Why does no one eat it? Because they have different, because they don't like change. It just doesn't it makes zero sense to me why people are like, no, they've changed it, so I don't agree with it. Just get with change. And mint crunchy, I bet you that would have tasted great. It's because instead of like it being, what do you call it? Instead of it being, what's the word? Caramel. What? I really can't think today. I have just come home from school. From the time I'm recording this. I think I used all my brain power in the school. It's just gone, no, you do not have the energy to do a podcast today. Do it another day. I can't because I need to upload it. Yeah, and the same applies with this next one, Orange Crunchy. And if I was in that situation, all my days would I have liked some Orange Crunchy, because I love a good Jaffa cake. For people who don't know, I love a good Jaffa cake. Where I live, which is in the Middle East, you can barely get them, and it's so annoying because sometimes, majority of the time, we have to go to the UK to get them. It's so irritating. You can't back down from a good Jaffa cake. And yeah. Yeah. Right, this next one, don't let the name fool you, because I thought Labanas. When I first read the name, I thought it included some banana flavoured. Nope, it contains caramel, cherry, coconut, chocolate bar. Again, it isn't one that I would like. Yes, because there's all these other flavours, but cherry and coconut, I don't think those are two flavours that should be together. That's just what I would think. And if I had to rate all of these out of 10, I'd go with the Mars Delight, probably a 7 out of 10 for predictions. Because white chocolate, yeah, I like it, but not over a Mars bar type thing. White Maltesers, definitely a solid 9 out of 10. Quality Street Toffee Deluxe, not really fussed about toffee. I like Quality Street, but I'm not really too fussed about toffee, so I'd probably put 5 out of 10. Cadbury's Tiffin, which was like a picnic bar, and I don't really like picnic bars, I would probably give it a 4. I'm sorry for people who have tried these and like, excuse me, those are so good. I really apologise. Timeout wafer, solid 8. I love a good wafer. Pringle like chocolate, right? Which is a snap. Astro like sweet, I'd give it a 4. Out of 10. Just so the Toffo, again, I would probably give a 5, because I like some. I'll give it a 6. I do like some toffee, but like not some chewy toffee, so I'll give it a 6. Snap Pringle like chocolate. It's just in the shape, so it's just regular chocolate. So I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. Not much really going on there. Milk tray bar. Right, I'm gonna be honest with you all. 10 out of 10. Obviously, it's a milk tray bar. You can't go wrong, really. Right. Then a Texan, which is nugget toffee chocolate. I would give this a 9 out of 10. If I like nugget, it would probably be a 10, but then again, I've never tried it. Fuse, which is a hazelnut cereal chocolate bar, 9 out of 10, because cereal and hazelnut belong in a family. Never mind, I'm not going to say what I was going to say next. Right, I'm going to rank these both together. Kit Kat, Senses, and Karamek. So, Bueno type hazelnut, yes, very good. I like that, so I'd give that 9 out of 10. So, then a caramel Kit Kat, I would give that a right. This one's difficult. Karamek. What do I give Karamek? I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9 too. So that in average is 9 out of 10 because I put 9 for both. Aztec. I would give it caramel. Caramel and chocolate go great together. So I would say 6 out of 10 because it again includes nugget. Banjo, coconut bar, right, I'm going to be harsh here and put 3 because I don't like it. I mean, if that one's harsh, then this one's going to be very harsh. Whisper Mint, I would give that a 10 out of 10. That sounds lovely. Mint Crunchy, again a 10 out of 10. Orange Crunchy, I would give it a 12 out of 10 because I love oranges. Labanas, caramel, cherry, coconut, chocolate. Can you stuff any more flavour in it? I'd probably give it a 3.5. Because it has a bit of a better flavour than just some average thingy, I don't know. Right, next one, a snowflake. Snowflakes were, you can get them similar to Panda Pop. No, Panda Pop, that's a game. Sorry. These like Panda Eyes, or what are they called? I don't know what they're called. But Panda Eyes thing, they're similar to that of what I've seen. And snowflakes were like white chocolate flavoured. If I was in their shoes, I would have given it a 8 out of 10. I would have given it 8 out of 10. Taz. The Tasmanian Devil has went onto the market and said, I'm going to make some caramel chocolate bar. But I think in his language it was... yeah. I should really not do that with a bad throat. Caramel chocolate, they go great together, and especially in a chocolate bar. I would have given this a 10 out of 10 because you don't need anything else. Toffee treats, which was chocolate toffee. I've been over this. I'd probably give it a 6.5 because it's not a 6. It's too good to be a 6, but it's too good. It's too bad to be a. It's not good enough to be a 7. That's what. So 6.5 was the average. Echo, dark white and milk chocolate. Aero, so it's like bubbles inside. That's the one. And I love a good Aero. I like a good Aero, so this is definitely something I would have tried, and I would have given it, from just the name alone, an 8 out of 10. 5 centers, 5 flavoured chocolates. If there's an orange one, you know what I have to give it. You know what I have to give it 9.5 because I'm not too sure if there was a orange. But you need to be 100% sure before you make your marking. That's what I've been told in school, at least. Amazing raisin bar, right? Raisin, chocolate, no. Just no. But I know why people would actually want to, would like to have it, because raisins and chocolate is kind of bad. But I do think it would be very good for some people. Spira. It's an olden day swirl. It's a Cadbury Spiral even. So today we have 12s. This was just a 12, but like made in the time of the dead. I mean the I don't know. Right. So I would rate this, because I could like a good 12, 7 out of 10. Cadbury's Marble. Now we all know Cadbury makes some very great products. White milk chocolate. It was like a white milk chocolate bar with a marble effect. So I just want to say, mixing these two colours or mixing these two flavours together would be actually good, and I understand why people would like them. I would probably give this a 9, because I like chocolate. Right. Nuts about caramel. It was a caramel chocolate bar with nut filling. Right. I can never back down from a chocolate bar with caramel and nuts. Sounded a lot better in my head. I'd give this a 10 out of 10. You have to. You kind of have to. Something called Applause. It's just a biscuit in fruit bar. This is something you would have if you are literally trying to be in the thinnest shape possible. I would give this, oh my god, this is gonna hurt, 3 out of 10, because I don't like both. Treasures, yeah, it's just many flavoured chocolate squares. Not much really to say about that one. There's not much to say. So many flavoured chocolate squares. I would probably give it a 5 out of 10. Right. Cadbury coins. Which are just chocolate coins. Now, these are not exactly something that I would miss, because just because I already eat chocolate coins, and because just it's Cadbury, I think it would, or the only difference would be because it's more expensive and more good quality. So I'd give it a 6 out of 10, because to be honest, I don't exactly enjoy chocolate coins either. So Cadbury's Touchdown. It was a delicious chocolate bar for only 10p. It was 10p. I was throwing you off with what I previously said and saying Cadbury's quite expensive. It's not. They do tend to have things quite cheap. That's why it gets a lot of people. So I'd probably give this one a 10 out of 10, mainly because it is cheap and it's just chocolate. Right. That is everything that I wanted to talk about out of the list. Oh no, I know. So sorry. It's the end of the podcast. Yeah, I know this has been a short one. Sorry, I can't really keep up with doing an hour ones. Ha! Psych. I actually thought. No, I'm not finished. We still have about half an hour to go. Yeah, I've been through my list. Doesn't mean that it's I'm over, does it? There's one thing I wanted to talk about, and this may take a bit, but do you mind for people that know my understanding? Cadbury, one of the biggest companies one of the biggest companies in the chocolate manufacturing thing, and they talk about and they make some of the best chocolate in the world, and they were the ones most consistently taking out more of their products as they went along. And I don't understand that, because don't get me wrong, they have a lot of money as they have already, but why not have more? It's not because you need it, it's if you choose to have it. And to be honest, if I were in their shoes, I would have probably done this. I would have done the smart choice in gaining more money from the products and actually utilizing that money for charity. And you'd be classified as a good person, as everyone should be. You'd be, because giving to charity is not hard. It's with like a simple, it takes all of you can change lives with a click of a button. Because if you go to I Want to Make a Wish, I think that's a website, you can change the ways of some people and how they think. But from chocolate sells so much. And for those who don't believe me, pause the video, go onto Google and see how much money chocolate makes, or sweets in general, because I bet you'll also be surprised either way, because it makes more money than you could comprehend. And it's what they could do with all the money that if they obviously they kept it, but the money that they could make if they brought some of those things back. And this doesn't just apply for Cadbury, this applies for any company that make chocolate. You look at Willy Wonka. I mean, I know it was a made-up story, but still, it's believable. A chocolate factory, but then made for little kids, and given to another little kid who was in a homeless shelter, because obviously Charlie, was it Charlie? I don't remember. I haven't seen the film. I would have read the book in a while. Because I'm still struggling with GCSEs. Anyway, but just the amount of people you could help in need would be astonishing. You could, with chocolate, I mean, I know this is not the best idea, but you could probably work out the equation for world hunger at this point, because it does so much for so many people. And I know I keep on repeating myself, but it really does. It really makes a change. So I doubt any Cadbury employee is listening to me, but if you've thrown away any idea for people that live in these kind of situations, think of what you're doing for them. Think of what you're doing, because you're throwing away opportunities so easily, and which shouldn't be the case in life. Just thought I would say that, because that's quite inspiring speech from me. It made my eyes water. Ha, lol. There's another thing I was gonna say. Things like taking over one company from another. This does not only apply to manufacturers. This applies to this applies to clothing. This applies to gaming. This applies to anything that includes businesses. But people that take over an idea like Malteser did with Astro, I'm more like why? Because more than likely the employees from Astro probably were no longer working for quite some time, because Malteser went, so you're kind of copying us. No, we're not copying you. I mean, and yeah, if the more money, the better, really, because the more money, the more employees, the harder they work. Well, the more money you give, the harder they work for more money, because still you have to pay your employees, but still you have more money to use on like charity than any other thing. So just anyone really, just do something, anything that may help people in need with just chocolate. I honestly think maybe chocolate could end world hunger. At least I wish it could. But we don't know. We can always see. And things that are like thrown away and no longer used. And we will get to the question in a little bit in why things do not actually gain. No, why do manufacturers stop? Because it kind of does. I have an answer, more of a prediction, but in why. But it also does apply to what's the word? Also does apply to anything really. But here it is. Here we go. The question is, why do manufacturers stop? It's because the more employees you get, because I think some companies have too many what do you call them? What's the word? You have too many employers. So they have to use that money for employees. And rightfully so, yes. But if you utilize that money that is actually being given, how about you make a difference instead of having the whole company do the work, and you just sit back, relax, and watch the world unfold by just a piece of paper. But with a simple click, probably a chocolate bar worth 10p. It means 10p for each chocolate bar. You may be thinking, we can give charity away without paying our employees. You must be crazy. That's why they don't do it. Because they have an excuse. But they don't have an excuse. They think, oh yeah, we have too little money. That's why we don't do anything. Because we have to pay our employees, and yeah, it's totally because we don't want to do anything. That's their excuse. That's why they don't do anything. And this goes just out to any, like, as I've said this many times, this goes out to any person that does any type of manufacturing. You can't have an excuse to not give away. And just think of the money you would have for both ends. You could probably have so many raises, so many, and still being able to apply this to your job, to yourself, to your actual company, and anything. You would be not only one of the best manufacturers, you'd be one of the best companies ever, because of the change you make worldwide without realizing you're making a change bigger than you think. And it's so sad to see these people that haven't tried chocolate ever, never even tried a drop of chocolate in their life, and I feel bad for myself because, I don't feel bad for me because I've eaten quite a lot of chocolate in my day, and some of people have never even tried chocolate. And this person at my school that says, I've never tried this, I've never tried that. We both know you have, because there's no one in this earth that has not had it. And I think it's because they consider themselves special. There is other ways to be special, in other terms. Anyway. And it's just so... Because companies think they have an excuse for people like, oh no, we can't do this because we have this. No, that's not how life works. It's just so really irritating. And this, it's quite irritating. It is quite irritating. What was I gonna talk about? Where is it? And all the remakes that you've had, that I can understand you would no longer make things that are remakes, but if you can add that onto anything, like those manufacturers onto the remake manufacturer, that you again, more knowledge, more marketing strategy. This is why I'm taking business studies as a GCSE. But if you have more employees with more experience, the more money you make, believe it or not. Because a load of people think that's really stupid, but then if you think of it, you're like, oh yeah, that is kind of how life works. Well, no, really. And these are the people that run our world, sometimes run our countries. This doesn't just apply to manufacturers. This kind of applies to people in the White House. This is in America. That we don't have a White House, sadly. This is also what happens in government situations too, and this is also what happens when it comes to any company. And sometimes they use that money to branch out. Yes, that makes sense. You want to branch out for more money. But the more money that you get, the more you can use it for other things. That's why you need to make more things. Then why do you have ideas at the back of your head? It's not like something that's been bugging me a lot. It kind of has, because when I got told it, because this was not my idea. This was someone else's idea. But the more I looked into it, the more I was just there like, what is our world coming to? What? This is why some places in this world are living in such poverty, and they're all this isn't our fault. And then on this episode, we'll be exploring why manufacturers will not do not stop making things, and this is so stupid from companies when they say, oh yeah, we don't have the money to actually manufacture more because we're trying to pay more people. Oh my days. Then raise the prices. Because there's some things that you can raise prices to and no one will notice. That is fair. But not when you're over here. Where I am, they raised the prices for petrol. And it used to be $1.60, now it was $2.50, and we're like, but that was quite a shock. But they're reversing the logic. They're reversing logic. They're like, oh yeah, this is not working out for us, so we need to do this, and this. That's not how life works. It's the opposite way round. If you want to get more money, raise prices just by a little. Because I bet you about daily that people go to a shop, buy the money, and then that money that is sent in from a company is sent back to them. and then the government say, this is, I'm kind of basing off what Lulu, where I am, like Lulu. This, for people in the UK, that's like your Sainsbury's. But yes, they need money from the government to actually make more branches of Sainsbury. Yes, but the more money that is made from this one product, and see if it's a custom-made product from the store, then they get the money because it's their product. And yes, the shop gets somewhat of an income from actually selling your product. That, yes, yeah, we'll pay you for actually selling our product. That's what happens everywhere. But people think that because the more employees you have, the less you can't, the less things you can sell, which is not the case, which is really stupid thinking that's how actually people think. That's kind of a tongue twister, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's just quite stupid. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Oh, what else was I gonna say? What else? Oh yeah, multi-flavored stuff. I bet you if the things that are multi-flavored get so much money, more money than you could think, because it's such variety. Because this is what Whisper and Crunchy would be billionaires right now. I bet you they still are. Don't get me wrong. They'd have so much more money if they did stuff like Crunchy Mint, Orange, and then Whisper Mint. They'd have so much money. Look at where Aero is, because they have more variety. Look at where Kit Kat is. They have more variety. The more variety, the more it suits everyone. Really, I'm sorry if I feel very uptight about this, but it's a topic that I'm interested in. It's something that needs to be addressed. I've just realised there's a button on my software that says remove watermark. I'm not going to press it just in case there is a bit of an issue with the recording, because I can't record. I don't want to record this once again. But I'll test this later, and I think we may have it gone by next podcast, or next video really, because it will be the Batman one. Yeah, things like what was it? Quality Street Toffee Deluxe. Right, that I can understand if they're removing a flavour. That is acceptable because they all come in a box, and they still at the same price, even though if they remove the bit. But that doesn't make a big difference, is what I'm actually trying to get at. I'm trying to get at what I'm like Whisper, the Crunchy, and then the Kit Kat thing. That's what I'm trying to explain. But Quality Street, that's selective, and it's the same with the milk tray bar. That's all selective, meaning you have more. You barely notice it with Quality Street toffee, because I eat some Quality Street toffee. Quality Street in general. I did not realise that Quality Street Toffee Deluxe was not actually there anymore. I had to be told this. Because things like that with so much variety, taking one away with still a lot of variety, that's fine. And it's the same with Kit Kat. Well, Kit Kat's a bit more noticeable, really. Ow, I just kicked my chair. That hurt. And also, Cadbury's just, they make so many products, but as I say, they'd have so many more products and a lot more, what's it called? What's the word? A lot more money if they had majority of this stuff. Cadbury's coins. Yes, we have chocolate coins. Brought those back. No one would notice. And they'd still get money from it. And I don't mean to sound that money is the most important thing in the world. It's what you can do with that money if you choose to use that money in the right way. As I say, I can't really speak about that because I went away this weekend. I went out with my friends this weekend, and that doesn't exactly apply to me because I went with $250, came back with $45. I'm like the last one to talk about that, and and things like changing the flavors from white to dark to milk again. That people think. I said this to my friend the other day. I said, "What do you think about like making or that changing the whites and flavors?" They went, "That's good because then you're switching it up and you're not boring everyone, and that's how you lose customers." And rightfully so. You do lose a lot of customers, and you do lose a lot of things like that once you have things like no more. What's the word? Once you have like one flavor and you don't change it. And that's where it comes back to things like Kit Kat. They have more flavor, and they still have the same like chocolate. They don't change their chocolate. Kit Kat, if you're watching, may want to change your flavors too. That may get you a bit more money. Right. There's one thing on the thumbnail is spangles. Now, I was told spangles are like little they're Starburst, but they're actually things you suck on. They're not actually chewy like Starburst. And there was like lemon and orange is what you can see in the thumbnail. And And to think that all of these were around at a time, and then obviously the things we have nowadays as a swapperoo. Why not bring those back? That would satisfy a lot of older people, and then because it's a new flavor for younger kids, they'd be like, "Oh, I want to try this. This is new." When secretly it's old. Bringing back old stuff for a new generation would work a lot better than you think. And someone said to me that is the worst idea I have ever heard, and that's a very I have some stupid ideas at times, but they think it's such a stupid idea. I completely disagree. I think if you brought back things nowadays, you'd have so much more utilize it. You'd have so much more money, so much more income, and this would not just help with oh my god, sorry, but this would not just help with what's the word? What is it? This would not just help the companies. This would help things such as the shop itself. And obviously the shop money goes to the government, and then the government make a decision in what they want to do with that shop, expand or shorten, make more. It's just with one change you could do so much. With one change in your mind could change everything. I'm not trying to sound like something was said this morning on on the TV. It's like one change of mind could change the whole society. I don't want to sound like that, but that is what can happen. That is how life can work. If you just make more, bring back old stuff or make new stuff. Changing it up makes a bigger difference than you would think in your whole life. And just going back to with the Malteser and Astro issue. I didn't really get finished with that. Astro employees probably did not have a job at the time because it got taken over by Malteser. Or Malteser people, no, Astro people got working for Malteser. That's just, it doesn't really apply to good sportsmanship, because if you're trying to sue one other company, I'm not trying to bring up the Scarlett Johansson thing. Yeah, I am. So I apologize for that. But bringing up things like that, it's just, if you want more, if you think of it in a better way, think how you can utilize that money, think how you can help anyone, and yeah. And also, employers at like these companies don't exactly get paid a lot, and that is something that surprises a lot of people. It surprised me. They don't get paid a lot, so I'm there like, well, what, you can pay them too, with making a difference in the world too. Well, hopefully that gets to somewhere, because it's kind of annoying. It is kind of annoying. Well, that's me talked for a while. My mouth feels dry, as if it didn't feel dry anyway, because my mouth felt awful. As I said earlier, this week there will be like a Batman review at one point. It probably it definitely won't be Friday. It's either Thursday or Sunday, the day before the 6th podcast. Just warning people of that. I will maybe give more information if I do a post on YouTube, if people can actually read it. Yeah. That's all from me, and I'll try and I'll see what everyone's saying about changing my banner, and I'll try and remove that watermark, because it really annoyed me. Right, well, that's all from me, and I guess I shall see you all in the next one. Bye all, have a good day.